immigrating to Canada and the processing can be it's exciting, don't get me wrong, but it can also be very overwhelming. So even for foreign nationals and international students who are even already in Canada, some people don't pay attention to these things, and this may lead to probably delays in your applications, which you wouldn't want, because you know what it means to wait and wait and wait, and you don't know what's going to come next, and probably rejection, okay, in your application. And this video will help to throw light into things you need to pay attention to in processing your going through immigration processes, okay? So here, I'm going to talk about, first on my list is missing or incorrect documents. Sometimes we miss out. It could be as little as missing out to sign a form or missing out to submit one document. That can cause a lot of delays in your application. So you need to ensure that you double check the requirements, okay? Check the checklist. There's a reason why there's a checklist, because you can just forget and omit one thing. So make sure you go by the checklist, check it out, and know which one you have done, which one you have submitted or not. Okay, if you think that you can't do this on your own, it is okay. It is okay to get a professional, like an immigration consultant, a lawyer, if you can afford it, okay? It is okay. Just what I do not like is all those agents who do not have an idea of what you're getting into. They put you into so much trouble. They don't even know what it means to migrate to Canada. They're just after that your money. Okay, they tell you stories, give you things. Some of them even do screenshots of other people's successful stories and put out there and tell you, oh, I was the one who did this, I was the one who did that. But all is just to get that money from you. So just be careful. Get a good immigration consultant. If you cannot go through the hassle of, putting these things together, it's okay. Okay, just stay organized. Stay organized. Ensure that you have everything in check, okay? Ensure that you're putting everything, make sure it's of IRCC standard, okay? Creating your checklist, making sure you stay organized. Number 2 is ignoring eligibility criteria. Guys, some people are in a haste. Like, they just read something on the surface. They don't try to read meaning into it, review it, understand what is necessary. Okay, some people, they skip all those things. They don't do a thorough review of the eligibility criteria, and they just jump right into it and say, oh, I think this is the part where I think I have everything I need. No. Look at it very well. If you can get someone who knows about it, have experience to look at it for you, ask questions, it is fine. If it's a provincial pathway, you can write the province. I'm sure they will get back to you, email them, and they will tell you what is obtainable, if you can apply and all of that. I'm sure they assist in all those stuffs. Okay. Pay attention to the NOC codes. For some pathways, for some programs, they may say, okay, they have in demand, or they have some they are prioritizing over others. Just be sure that you align, your NOC code aligns with the one that is in that program, particular program that you're applying for, just to avoid unnecessary stress, delays, and rejections. Okay. Some of them offer these pre-assessments. It is okay. Just take a pre-assessment, check and see if you're qualified. If you're not qualified, be realistic. There's no point saying, I have this, I have that. If you do not have it, try and improve on it and make yourself that candidate, that qualified candidate, okay? Number 3 is misunderstanding the processing time. Guys, I can tell you that Canada processing times change like weather, okay? It changes. Even with this recent policy changes, I'm sure it's affecting processing times. Ensure that you always check the processing time and just to be in that right spot, in that right place, okay? Just ensure that you have that figured out. Research processing times, and as it keeps changing, apply early. Don't procrastinate. I know what applying early can do. If you have all that is needed, do not wait. One single policy change update can make you not eligible. Okay, so once you have it, hit it and keep going. And a lot of people, a lot of temporary residents, maybe battling with probably their permits about to expire and all of that, and you don't even just want to wait and waste your time because you're procrastinating, you don't want to start now, the fear of unknown and all of that. Just do it. Have a backup plan. Have a backup plan. If you feel your permits are expiring and you can get a closed work permit, maybe have an employer who can sponsor you, and just to ensure that you are not out of status. And also, if you're able to just switch to visitors record, just that you're still in the country while you're waiting for your application to be approved, to be processed and all of that. Just have a backup plan. Another point here is providing fake or false or misleading information. This one, guys, this one, don't joke with it. Whether it's intentional or not intentional, don't joke with it, because they hold you responsible for every information that you put out there, regardless of the agents that you hire to package your application for you. It has nothing to do with them. They have nothing to lose. It is you who they know. But if you have, like I mentioned, if you must get a professional help, get an immigration consultant, get a lawyer who you know that it's their license that they are working with, okay? So they cannot afford to put out anything that is not original, anything that is fake, anything that's misleading, because they do not want to lose their license, okay? So ensure that you do not mess with this. Be honest and transparent. Be honest and transparent. Say the truth about your personal experiences, your work experience, your personal information, your work experience, your finances. Okay? Don't joke around with these things. These things, they have consequences that even may cause rejection or even give you a ban that may stop you from applying in the next 5 years. So you don't just want to be in that position, okay? Disclose everything. If you have had visa refusals before and they're asking, oh, have you been refused before in your application, blah, blah, and you're saying, oh, no, I'm not, and you think they cannot find out, they can. If you have criminal record somewhere, we've lived in a foreign country, wherever, and you think, no, I don't have to tell them, this is going to impact my application. No, let them know. Just tell them, okay? Be sincere, be open. Don't give any false information, misleading information, because you'll be held responsible and there are consequences for it. Next is not keeping track of deadlines. You know, for some people, they just, and this is as simple as it seems, it can actually cause a lot of delays in your application. You have to be organized, like I stated earlier. You have to set reminders, okay? Because not submitting those documents, probably you're applying for extension, renewing your permit, and you don't have the deadlines, or you miss the deadlines, that's a long thing. Or in your booking of or for your biometrics appointments, for your medical appointments, you miss the deadlines you're supposed to submit. Maybe the officer got back to you and said, okay, submit this, I give you 30 days to do this, to do that, and you miss it for some reason. And sometimes there may be a lot of people, okay, who are trying to do the same thing, and you're not able to get a spot. I'm sure you can reach back to them, send a web form or something, just to inform them that this is not your making. But then just pay attention to it. Make sure you work ahead, like plan ahead. Even things like weather, like in Canada, weather can mess you up. Like before you book, check the weather. Ensure that day you're booking is a good day. It's not going to be like a snowstorm or windstorm or whatever storm that's, offices may even end up closing because nobody will know and all of that. So just pay attention to these things and plan ahead. If you've lived in different countries, and of course you will need to get like police clearance from those countries you've lived for more than 6 years, I believe more than 6 years, you should start gathering them in time. Just do these things ahead, plan ahead. It is key. Planning ahead is key, okay, to be able to achieve your dream. And seek professional advice if you have to. Don't, if you can afford it, seek it, because sometimes navigating through this Canada immigration system can be very tricky. So if you cannot do it on your own, or you don't have somebody who will think, if you don't have the time, you can't go through the stress, It can be very overwhelming. You know, if you don't want to be in that position and you can afford it, get a